What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone, and welcome back to a very serious video, I think. And it's time, just uh, everyone, to kind of come together with this one and acknowledge that nobody really respects the club. And when I say nobody, I'm I'm not even talking about the fan base and whatsoever. Maybe but the players playing for this club do not respect the club because the club has allowed to be disrespected by everyone from agents to players, and that's what we're going to talk about right now because this needs to stop. It needs to stop. And this goes back to when Mota got sacked. Then it became clear who these players were, are, and will be until they are all gone. Agents talking smack, players doing the most embarrassing things on social media, which we're going to talk about. But before we do that, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, hit the like button. I said that. And yeah, let's dive into it. Okay, so where is this video coming from? It's coming from the Weah incident and Vlahovic two-part incident. Let me start off with the Weah one because the Vlahovic one is actually next level. But with the Weah incident, it's very simple. His agent came out and he was obviously defending his player. I don't have an issue with defending your client, basically. I don't have an issue with that. But when an agent, a football agent, keep in mind, a football agent comes out and he says the club is only thinking about money and profit, I'm like, hold the F down. A football agent is telling the club, is telling the fan base, the club is thinking about money when it comes to selling players, etc. A football agent who are asking for agent fees, free transfers, getting players out on a fee in a contract, all these random things agents are doing, him included. No agent is clean. And again, this is the game. This is the football we created, So I'm not saying to an agent or a player, you cannot demand certain wages because that's what football has been. If a club is willing to pay that, they are paying that. You're playing the game. Do not cry if the game is being played against you. The club had an offer from Nottingham Forest and they put you in the stands with Mbangula. I don't have an issue with that because there are negotiations. You were apparently in negotiations. You refused. Also, maybe about money. Who knows about that? Could be the case. But the club put you in the stands because it's a risk when there is money on the table. You can get injured and the money is gone for either, for us, for the player, whatever. So I don't have an issue with that. As an agent, you cannot come out and call the game out when you are playing the game. You've been part of the game. You have benefit of this modern football about agent fees and ridiculous signing bonuses. You benefited from these things. And now you're calling out the club for playing the game you love to play? No, I'm not having this. The fact that the agents are very comfortable in doing this shows that there's absolutely no control with the club. Again, it was last season when Juntili did it. It's now when Comoli is doing it. It's crazy. What I do agree with is when other players who are worse are playing. That being said, certain players do not have offers. So, it is what it is. But it comes to a point where if the club is like, nah, Kostic and whatever you need to go, you're not going to play with us because it's pointless. And I agree with that part. His agent didn't say that, but I agree with that part. Certain players shouldn't be playing and they should be forced out. And they probably will as well. But an agent talking about money, the club thinking about profit and greedy, I'm like, oh, shut the hell up. 2025, I don't want to hear any football agent talking, accusing a club, thinking about profit and money. That's absolute madness. That's actually real banter in a banter period. Now, let's move on to the Vlahovic one because that's even crazier. Because his agent is quiet, rightfully so. But Vlahovic is on a madness. The moment the game ended, the news comes out, he wants to leave on a free. Now, that's a point where as a club, that you force him out. You cannot let him go on a free. Under zero circumstances. If he plays or he doesn't play, he's playing against you right now. He's playing against you. And what's utterly embarrassing, and probably it's like I need a different word to describe what he did. After the game, we lost 2-5. He scored the second goal in the last minute, basically, to make it 2-5. What does he do the next day? Social media, nueve, number 9. I'm like, do you have any sort of shame? Really? Do you have any shame at all? Again, no control of the club. These players feel very comfortable doing this. They think it's okay doing this. They believe this is very normal because nobody is holding them accountable. Going back to when Motta got sacked, this isn't about Motta staying, yes or no, because I care about the club. But the moment he got sacked, I'm like, it's the players. It's the biggest issue are the players. They throw everyone under the bus to save their asses. And everybody, and I'm going to call it out, who backed Allegri and was happy Motta got sacked, believed these players. And now these same people are saying, these players are not good. Shocking. The players saved their faces. From Perin to Vlahovic to Nico Gonzalez, all talking rubbish when Motta left. Now Perin wants to piss off because he's not playing, obviously, because he's not better than Di Gregorio. Vlahovic is still horrendous. Nico Gonzalez got worse than under Motta when he was talking smack, saying, now I'm free. All that crap. And everybody ate it up. Everybody threw Motta under the bus. That's when I came on. I said, these players, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. There's only one consistent factor in this entire story. It's the players. We changed coach 3 times. A lot of these players are still here. The results are still the same. The mindset, the mentality, it's all the same. Imagine losing 2-5 and posting nueve. I don't want to hear he has a social media team because then you have a retarded social media team. And even if you have, if that happens, you tell them, do not put anything out the next day. You're still in control. He's so shameless. It's unbelievable. As a club, if you're a serious club, you put him in the stands. You tell him, train alone. You're gone. Find a new team. Leave. This is not it. Keeping him makes no sense. On 12 million, 8 million, he is who he is right now. Thinking about themselves. All these players think about themselves. That was so clear the moment Motta got sacked and the social media things came out and encrypted messages. These players care about themselves. They do not care about this club. And what's worse is the club doesn't really care about the club because they keep allowing these things to come out. A serious club would not allow the Vlahovic thing. Would not allow Timothy Weah's agent coming out and talking about money and greedy. That's crazy. But it's acceptable, and here we are, and it's not going to be the last time. It will keep happening as long as the club plays the game like this. As long as these players are being backed by still a part of the fan base. Whereas in the stands, and people are like, oh, he's useful. You can keep him. Man, cut the crap. We are crap. Like, there are 3-4 players worthy of actually playing for this club. How are we stressing about these players? Crazy. But that's who he is. That's who we are right now. The respect has, imagine these things happening 9 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's not possible. Impossible. Right now, it's just, news as usual. Anyways, enough. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation. Should the club make a statement with Vlahovic? And what do you think about Weah's agent calling the club greedy, coming from a football agent? That's it. Ciao.